45 years. I've never had a house. Even since I was a little boy, I used to run away and go live in the bushes. That was my regular thing. I've always been homeless. The very first time since I've been on this planet that I'm not homeless is with her. Other than that, I would automatically run away and go live homeless because I didn't want to deal with the cops, the parole officer, the probation officer, so I would just run and abscond until they catch me. And then do the time and get out and abscond again. I never really understood freedom like this. It's a different life. I don't have any keys I could offer to homeless people that you can have a different life. But what I'm just bringing to your attention is it can be done. You would have to want to do it, if that's what you want. Homelessness and having a house is within reach. You can choose. If you need to hook up with a friend or a family member, I would advise you to do it. Learn to get along with them if you have to. Quit doing heroin and cocaine if you have to, like I did. I mean, let's be real about it. Yeah.
Do you have any other kids you're looking forward to?
No, I have no other children in this life at all. I did that with Mary Lou and then went right to jail. 9 months later, Mary Lou gave birth to her, and she went to Metropolitan State Hospital, so California put her in the adoption agency. Meanwhile, she was in foster homes. See? She never actually was raised by us. So when I found her, I didn't know what to think, I didn't know what kind of life that she understood and what her way of life and wants and desires and so on and so forth. So certainly, with the opportunity, I got a chance to get to know my daughter. That's exactly what I did.
I don't want to move. If I move one step, the whole thing might come crashing down. Isn't that the way life is, though? All the time. There's nothing but right now, this very moment right now. We are so touched and excited to be here, and I don't know if they mentioned who we are. So we are from Los Angeles. Los Angeles, and we were flown here to be a part of a film festival. Yeah. Yeah, and the film festival played a short documentary that this beautiful filmmaker right here, on my right, your left, made, called Homeless, the Soundtrack, about the story of how I grew up in foster care, was adopted at age 4, and years later found my birth father, who lived an incredibly interesting, different life than I did. And part of that included living on the streets of LA by choice, and doing a lot of really interesting things. He'll talk to you about that. And but one thing we shared, we share lots in common, but one big thing was the music bit. And I didn't know he was a musician. And so we're here today to share with you some music and hang out. And if there's any musicians in the room, please let us know.
Hell, I ain't got my mouth part, I lost.
Oh. This first song is called Take the Pain Away and is in the film. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the day, take the pain away. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the day, somehow I'm gonna take the pain away. Living in a world where things are going wrong, and something's gotta change. Never can be sure which way to run while we're living with the pain. You take innocent people, you take innocent people and send them on their way. You hurt innocent people, you hurt innocent people, something's gotta change. In the middle of the blur, here we go, screaming out, out, out. Yeah. Something stays the same. Never can be sure if there's was a well, gray smoke filled with rain. You take innocent people, you hurt innocent people, send them on their way. You take innocent people, you hurt innocent people, something's gotta change. You take innocent people, you hurt innocent people, send them on their way. Yeah. You take innocent people, you hurt innocent people, something's gotta change. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the day, take this pain away. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the day, somehow we're gonna make a change.
So on and so forth. So far from that little child, I should believe in something out of reach, and I want to believe in something more than the nothings were made to believe.
to this place besides this child's cage? I should believe in something's out of reach. I want to believe in something more than the nothings were made to believe. And I'm tired of wasting away in this ageless life. The cycles keep spinning me back to the wrong from the right. And I'm desperately shaking the moment, breathing where everything might feel clearly again. But I should believe in something never cries. I want to believe in something more than the something's out of reach. I want to believe in something more than the
Thank you. Just wanted to say one thing before we play the film. Every person in this room has a story. Every person has a reason, and every person has their own. Dawn and I are very lucky and unique because I think in some ways we really wanted to meet each other and met each other and became a new unit together, and that doesn't always happen. It's not always that way. And I just wanted to say that because it's not always fair. And so I hope that our story or the film or the music touches you and reaches you in a way that works best for you and your story. After the film, if you're interested to ask us questions or say hello or hear more music or even play the guitar, feel free. And now we're going to introduce Irene, the filmmaker.
Hi everybody. This is a real treat to be able to share the film with you. We shared it last night in a theater with 700 people for people who live here in Colorado Springs, and today has a really different feel. And I feel like the film is meant to be here, and Cami and Dawn are meant to be here, and to have a nice intimate audience in here with just 40 or 50 people. This is really special for us as well. So I'm gonna let the film explain itself, and then I'm going to the airport, but I know you're gonna have a wonderful afternoon. You'll be in very good hands.
This is a shock to me. I've been following you for 10 years. Then how did you and your father reunite after all these years?
Basically, I hired a private investigator after knowing a lot of information about the fact that he existed. I just didn't know if he was still alive. And I was so curious to know if we would be like each other. And I didn't even know that he was a musician.
Well, for those of you who are just listening in your cars or your radio, they look alike, and your dad, he looks fly.
He's fly.
He looks pretty cool. What is his background in music, besides being infamous?
I won't say anything.
Oh, we're on a gag order, okay. This is Cami, formerly known as Jenni, with Until Then live on KX 93.5. Take it away.
Jenni?
2.5 years.
2.5 years? That's an amazing story.
Anyone else have a question?
Yeah.
Was there an extenuating circumstance in the adoption to help us have a little background?
Yes, certainly. I was in trouble with the law when I went to bed with her mother and got her mother pregnant with her. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to raise her when she was born. Her mother was from Metropolitan State Mental Hospital, so she too had no way to raise her. I thought my mother would be able to adopt her, and then she'd be raised by the family. But the state of California didn't see it that way, so she was adopted out by the Alperts when she was 4 years old, and I never saw her again until 2016. Never had no way to get to know her, no way to get any communication with her, or nothing. When we finally did meet, we realized that both of us knew how to play music among a few other things that we knew how to do. So we decided to sort of stay together and see maybe we can help each other along. The whole message of this is, hey, if you're a homeless person and that's what you want to be, it's cool. But if you don't, maybe it might be worth hooking up with a family member or a friend or get a job or whatever the case may be. If you don't want to be homeless, well, then there's a way where you can change that. In my case, I went with my daughter who brought me into her life, and we've been working together now going on 2.5 years and getting along beautifully.
What did you do?
Hey, look, I'm not against the homeless idea and the homeless lifestyle. I'm just offering that there might be a way out if that's your choice.
Oh, Don, what did you do?
God bless you, brother.
Don, will you describe to them your life before I met you?
What's that?
I haven't seen my brother in 18 years.
Okay.
He's 35 now.
Right. Is that right?
Yeah.
I see.
Her mom says they're rich.
Okay, well what happened is she went and got a private investigator which learned my whereabouts through however way he managed to do that, and then told her where I was staying with my mother in Long Beach. So one day I woke up and opened my eyes and I'm looking at my daughter for the very first time since she was about 1 year old, which was the only time I was allowed to yeah.
I just gotta say I'm grateful to see that orphanages and things like that have been done away with for the most part, because it was such a way to cover up infidelity that people were so ashamed of what they did that they would do that as a means to cover up what they did.
That's totally right.
And nowadays people do it all the time. So
that's totally right.
Which is actually, in my opinion, a blessing in disguise.
It is.
That orphanages are no longer in business, because that's a horrible business to be in.
It is. On the one hand, I was kind of tired of the homeless life, and on the other hand, I had a way out when she came into my life.
Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't have her, I'd still be homeless. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Can you also tell them a little bit about your life before you met me?
I was a person that was on drugs and running from the law. I was on parole and probation and all that, so I was always absconding and always on the run, so there was no way I could go rent a house or buy a house, because there was no way to do that. They'd come right to me if they knew that. So I just lived in the bushes and kind of got used to it and just kept living that way and learned how to make my money through gambling and poker casinos. And so that's how I survived and made my money and bought equipment and stashed it in the bushes until somebody would find it and steal it, the other street people. And then on that one day in July of 2016, I opened my eyes and my daughter is staring at me. And she says, listen, why don't we get to know each other, and if this might work, I'll tell you what, you can clean up your act by turning yourself in and going to jail, and then when you get out, I'll help you. And so far, she helped me get established on the GR program for a little small income. She's helped me get towards the SSI, which is a little bit of a bigger income. She helped me get my teeth. She helped me get completely exonerated from parole and probation, so I'm not attached to any of that anymore. And she opened the door so I don't have to sleep in the bushes.
And one of these days, and it won't be long, my love won't be hidden in a love song.
I said, don't you